So guys, we are going to revise what are the topics that we are done up to now, just for 5 minutes. So later we can start today's session. Like today's session will be very, very important for you. Like we are going to discuss some master and slave concepts here. Okay. And after the end of the class, I'm going to give you a small project for you as well. Okay. Like it's just an assignment. So what is Jenkins? It is a continuous integration tool, as we know. What is the meaning of continuous integration? Continuous building plus continuous testing. And what is CD? Continuous delivery and or deployment. Okay. So when we are talking about before and after continuous integration, what will be your major differences? Before we have two different steps, but after we have a single continuous integration server. By using this, we can save all our time as well as efforts. Okay. And like what is the meaning of CD here? Continuous delivery or deployment. What is the common difference between these two? Automation. If we do the deployment in manual process, it will be our continuous delivery, or we can also take this on like another way. If we are like we have different type of environments, for example, dev environment to prod environment like this, or dev environment to test environment, test to pre-prod or staging or beta version, like we can say all of this. If we are able to take our product from one environment to another environment, that will be also called as delivery. And continuous deployment means automation. Okay. So next, what is the meaning of pipeline, guys? Step-by-step execution of a particular process is called as pipeline, as we all know. So, and after that, like Jenkins is an open source platform written on which language? Java. By whom? Kasuko Kawagachi. Like it is platform independent, as we all know. And what is the meaning of plugin here? It's a small software, as we all know, which automates our manual tasks. And what is the Hudson here? The older version of Jenkins is what we called as Hudson. Okay. Hudson was an enterprise edition, but whereas Jenkins, free and open source for all of us. Okay. So, and now we are going to discuss about this master and slave concept. Which one? Master and slave concept. To get this concept, like simply what I can do is like on real-time environment, we have some n number of jobs. We have some n number of pipelines. For every automation task, definitely a DevOps engineer must need to write the pipeline, either a freestyle. Okay, most of the times we use pipeline, and freestyle also we can use as per our requirement. Let's assume I have only my Jenkins setup here with me. Okay, I need to run 10 jobs. Okay, I need to run 10 times parallelly. If I run all these jobs, let's assume like a job consists of all the var file. It consists of 1 GB. So total is 1 GB. If I run the 10 jobs of the same thing, how many GB that I will get? 10 GB. If 10 GB is going to store here we are going to have two disadvantages. First thing is we run out of the memory. Memory is not sufficient for us. Second one is load. As per our previous classes, we have seen something called as throttle build, right? Throttle build. What is the purpose of throttle build? Throttle build. It will restrict the number of builds in an hour. Okay. So at that time, for example, if I apply throttle build to the Jenkins master, the Jenkins master will do like 3 jobs per hour. But my requirement is I need to do 5 jobs per hour. How I can do it? At that time, we can do like we can extend. But at the same time, load is also getting increased, as well as memory is also consuming. So what I can do is I can set up a slave. Okay. This slave will be your either Jenkins slave or Windows or Mac OS. Slave will be any OS. There is no OS constraints for the slave. It will be your Windows slave or it will be your Jenkins slave as well. Okay. But what we are going to do is we majorly set up slaves on Linux only. Because when we are working on the real time, which environment we are mostly working on? Linux environment. So everything we are going to set up on Linux environment only. Okay. Now let's try to set up these things. So to set up this master and slave, what are the things we require? At least one master and one slave, least case. We can also work with couple. Okay. So what are the slaves here? Slaves are nothing but our EC2 instances. So let's try to create EC2 instances. And there are some requirement, guys. When you are master and slave, we need to use the same key pair. Okay. So let me try to create the things here. So currently I don't have any instances running with me. Go to launch instances. Number of instances I want is 2 initially. One is for master, one is for slave. And key pair. Like recently we have ABCD key pair, I think so, right? Previously we have created. Let me try to search. Is ABCD with me or not? Yeah, ABCD key pair is with me. Okay. So I am going to use this one. Or if you want to create a new one, you can definitely create a new one. So let me try to create a new key pair. So the key pair I am giving is Raham. I am giving the key pair. And directly I can use PEM format, right? I don't need to use PPK. I can directly use PEM format. Directly I'm going to use PPK format. Or if you wish to use PEM, you can also use PEM file as well. Okay. So let me create the PEM file and try to create it PPK. So PEM file is with me. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch these instances. Perfect. So the instance will be launched. You can use Putty or browser to work on this. Like I am using Putty for now. So to use Putty, what I need to do first? I have my PEM file. I need to create PPK file. So go for the Puttigen. Like I'm just revising this concept. Like if we have done it long back, right? So I'm just revising it one more time. Go for Puttigen. Here we need load. Next. I think aim and shoot, right? In Dribbler. Load, aim, shoot. Dribbler. Okay. So on downloads part, we are going to click with the all files. So I'm going to give the Raham here. Okay. Open this one. And if you want to give some password, like you can give it. I'm giving the password as some name. So save it as now private key. So you need to give it as like raham.ppk. PPK means putty private key. Okay, this one is done. So now I am going to name among all this what I am going to name master. And one is slave. So my requirement is like everything is up to down. Are we missing anything? Port number. So by default, we have enabled these new security groups. So the new security groups doesn't consist of port 8080. So we need to add it. So how to add it? We are going to click on the security group here. Edit inbound rules, and here add rule, directly give all traffic instead of 8080. Sorry. All traffic. Anywhere. You need not to go directly anywhere here. If you go for 0000 means that means it is always anywhere. Save rules. Now you are able to see the port 8080. Let's go back to our instance and check it for the master. Like for the slave, we are not going to connect with the port 8080, right? We don't have any requirement as of now. Sorry. Okay, we change it on slave. Huh? Okay, let's try to do the same on this one master as well. So go for security groups, launch wizard 15. I think we have changed it here. No? Oh no, master only man కావాల్సింది. We need only master, right? We are connecting with master to the dashboard. So for that purpose, we need master only. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch my EC2 instance, public key, go to putty. Authentication. Raham. Okay. Open. Okay, now I am connected to my EC2 instance. So let me try to change the settings. Appearance, behavior, and change. Let's go with 14. Is it clear to you guys? Okay. So how many steps we need to perform to install the Jenkins? So there are majorly 3 steps. Okay. But when we are working with these kind of concepts, like I will elaborate some of the steps. First of all, we are going to get here repo anyways. So click on and go back to putty and give right click here. So we are able to copy this repo. Second step is like installing of packages. Here I am going to install some additional packages as well. So first of all, I am going to install git jenkins maven -y. So after that, I am going to install some additional package called epel. Epel means extra packages for enterprise Linux. Okay. Like the main benefit of installing it is we will directly get some packages without installing, like for example, if I need to install Python will be there directly. Okay, let me show you how the Python will works when we are installing epel. Okay. If I try to install epel, so the command will be Amazon Linux extras install epel -y. It will be your command. Okay. Next, give the up arrow same like this. Instead of epel, just give the version of Java 11. So how to give that? Give OpenJDK 11 and give Java in front of it. Java -OpenJDK 11. Okay. So recently Jenkins is not supporting 1.8.0 as it previously. Like we are having some issues with it. So we are using Java 11 as of now. If you observe anything, have I installed Python anywhere here? Python. But if I give command called Python, I'll be able to direct into the interpreter. Okay, let me show you how to do this. If I give directly Python, am I in interpreter or not? Where it comes from? It comes from the epel packages. Okay, if you want to exit, you exit. Okay, and you can also do Control D as well for shortcut purpose. So everything is done. So what we need to do now? At last, we need to start the Jenkins services. Systemctl start Jenkins. Dot service is not required. If you wish, you can give it, but it is not really mandatory to give it. So once starting the Jenkins, what we need to give? Status Jenkins. Okay. This master and slave concept is like a bit tricky. Yeah, we need to add some of the steps here. Like, please. Previously, we have seen how to make a user pseudo user, right? Have anyone remember the steps? Normal user to pseudo user. We need to create that one. We need to give password. We need to add on some file va sudo and vam/etc/shd. Remember those steps? Like again, we need to perform here. We are going to recall that one as well. Once it is started, we are going to check the status of it. Give the status. Is Jenkins up and running now? Now I want to connect to my dashboard. How I can connect? Go to the console. Give the public IP address. I am going to give it here. Colon. What's our port number? 88. Hit enter. And we are getting this one. Like we need to get the initial admin password. So for that purpose, cat var lib Jenkins secrets initial admin password. Copy the password from here. Just give double click. It's enough. Okay. Don't give Control C. Double click from here and paste it over here. Continue. This thing we all know. Like up to now, what we have done is we all are familiar with it. Like how to install Jenkins and how to set up and how to create dashboard. We all are familiar with it. So what are the steps that we are proceeding up to now is very, very important for you. Like these upcoming steps already done by your side. Like when we are explaining the concepts of super users, we have done that already. But we are going to recall it one more time. From here, I am going to perform some additional steps. Okay. Just remember carefully. These are very, very important, guys. Like if you stuck anywhere, Okay, it will be like hell for you. You are not going to troubleshoot it easily. It will take a lot of time for you. So now we have created a Jenkins user. Okay, give the cat/etc pass WD. Where this Jenkins user come from actually? We haven't given user at Jenkins, right? But where it comes from? Like when we are installing the package Jenkins, it will be created automatically, as I said before. Okay, so just give up arrow. Instead of cat, we are going to give something called as VAM, because here we are going to edit something. You are seeing Jenkins on the bottom, right? To go to the bottom of the page, what will be the command? Shift G. And to go to the end of the line, capital A. So instead of false, give bash. So this means whenever you are trying to log into the Jenkins user, you will be directly logging through bash. Okay, bash only, and save this file. So now I have Jenkins user with me. I need to give password for him. What command do we need to perform? Password. Pass WT Jenkins. Okay, so give some password here. Sorry, password doesn't match it. Okay, password is done. So if this Jenkins is normal user up to now, but I want to make Jenkins as super user. How I can do? We need to add that on VA sudo file. So give VA sudo command. So here we need to copy paste that line, right? So I will tell you something. This is shortcut for you. I know the root line is presenting on 100 line of my file. I have some n number of files here. I mean n number of lines on this file, but the particular line I want is 100th line. So do I need to go like this manually? We can go like this, but it is manual way. So we have something called as shortcut. Give colon and give the line number. I want to go to 100th line. Hit enter. Are we in the same line? This is the 100th line. If you want to check, cross check. You set number. Are we on 100th line or not? So this is the shortcut used there. Okay. So try to select this and copy paste. What we need to modify here? Jenkins, and here no pass stability. This thing you have already done, but like we are recalling. Okay. Escape shift colon WK. I am saving this one. And after that, we need to edit one more file, only one more file. That is vam/etc ssh/sshd_config. So there is some configuration file. What we are going to do by this step is, I want to log in like every day. For every login time, it is asking me password. So I don't want to ask password for every login. So here we can do its password authentication. So again, I know my line. So my line number is 63. If you go for the line number 63, here password authentication, what we need to change? From no to, we can save yes, right? Again, save this file. That's it, nothing to do. Okay. So, and lastly, once you are changing some configuration files of a particular service, okay, if I have my service running, I have changed something on the configuration file. We need to restart that service at any cost. Otherwise, changes won't be reflected. So give command as systemctl restart no sshd. We have modified the sshd file, right? So we need to restart from here and check the status. So is the SHD running? It's my background service, guys. Like it is something SH service. Okay. So now what are the steps we have performed? What are the steps that we have performed up to now from this part? From step number 11 to step number 16. All these steps need to be performed on slave as well. Same steps. But like we need to install like this Java as well as EPEL on that one. Okay. I will give you on like history. Don't worry. I am going to connect to my slave. Like for the slave, I am using my browser. Okay. We can also connect from your browser. Connect. So first of all, we need to install EPEL as well as Java, and we need to create user, adding on the file, and we need to restart service. Same step, nothing difference. Let Linux extras install EPEL-y. And once EPEL is installed, what we need to install? Which package? Java package. We don't require Git as of now, because like we only require Java. Git we can integrate later as well. Give up arrow. Instead of people, what we need to replace? Java hyphen open JDK 11. Enter. So now again the steps from creating of user to restarting of the service. Okay. Anyone can tell me the steps? First of all, users list. Later? Okay. Okay. My question to you is, you are saying that first of all, we need to check the user. So I will check the user as per your requirement. Then after that, what you are saying, we need to go to VIM editor. Wait a second. cat / etc pass WD. Do we have Jenkins user here? We don't have. We don't, like on slaves, we never require to install Jenkins. Okay. What we can do is we can directly user add Jenkins and pass WD Jenkins. Okay. And I'm using the password. Remember, like try to give same password for both, because while you are working on password, you might get confused. So use same password for all the instances. Password is done. What I need to do later? We need to add this user on where? VI sudo. After adding this, what will be the changes that this user will get? He will get the sudo privileges, right? He will get the super user privileges. So that means he can do all the activities like root will do. So here on, go to root, copy this one. Wait a second. YY and P. Okay, okay. So the thing is like, remember guys, I have changed the screen settings, right? So once you change the screen settings, if you try to edit something, it won't be edited. Like you will get some confusion. So for that purpose, I'm going back to my original screen to 100%, like, and I'm going to try to change it from here. Let me change it here and come back to you. So instead of root, I'm giving it as Jenkins. You know how to copy paste, right? What is the command for it? To copy? YY. Perfect. So no pass WD. Escape shift : WQ. So this one is done. And after that, we need to edit one more file, right? VIM/etc ssh/sshd_config. So remember this one. Here, some people will directly give hyphen. If you give hyphen, that means you are going to create a new file. Don't give hyphen, give underscore here. Hit enter button. So here, line number 63, we need to go. So password authentication from now to yes, escape shift : WQ. And like once the settings has been applied, what we need to do? I have changed the configuration file. What we need to do then? Restart the services. Systemctl restart SSHD. After that, status. That's enough. So both are working now, right? So my thing is here, like you need to get something. This is my master actually. Okay. This is my master and it is my slave. Now I want to make this both connection. I want to connect this both. So the connection will be done by using SSH. Okay. So to connect this, what we need to do is we need to go for the master and generate some keys. What we are going to generate? Keys. Once you generate the keys on master, and if we copy the keys from master to slave, so that means both master and slave are in connection mode. Is it clear? So first of all, we need to go for the master and generate some keys. So let's do it initially. So I am going to use my putty now. Okay. So the command for it is ssh-keygen. To generate keys, we can use ssh-keygen. Hit enter. So it is saying that generating a public and private RSA key pair. So it consists of two keys. One is public key, another one is private key. So it is saying that we are going to password if you want. I don't want to give any password. Hit enter and again hit enter. So the key is generated. This will be your key. Okay. If you want to cross check, how we can do is give ls. You are not going to see anything. So, but we have a directory on /root.sh. Dot means what it is? No. Dot sh means it is your hidden directory. To see the hidden directory, what will be the command? ls-al will be your command and hit enter. Are we seeing this sh? So just give ls.ssh. You are able to see the keys. Are we able to see the keys now? Okay. So now what we are going to do is we are going to copy this key to our slave machine. First of all, before going to copy to the slave machine, we are going to copy it our machine initially. How we can do it? Simple command ssh-copy-id, give Jenkins and this private IP address. So the private IP address is 172.31.83.224. Or simply you can give localhost here. You can give your public IP address or private IP address, or you can give your local address. Okay. Hit enter. It will ask me the permission, give yes. And it will ask me the password which I have set for my master node. Okay. So give it as, like I am giving my password. Is the key added? So if I want to log in to my master machine, now I'm on a master only. If I want to log into my master machine, how it can be done is you can simply run this command. So copy this command from here. Okay. Click here. Are you connected to your master machine? If you want to check, you can check like this. Give hostname -y. Verify the both IPs are same or not. Are those both IPs same? See, this is our host machine IP. And this is the newly mission that which I have logged. Are these both IPs same or different? Same IP. So that means I have logged into my master mission on my master mission. So now exit from here. Now what I need to do is I need to connect to my slave mission. How I can do is, first of all, I need to run this command. So tell me the command, what you are seeing on the top. ssh-copy-id Jenkins @ here we need to give public IP address or private IP address of your slave mission. So go to the console. You might copy the public or private, whichever you want. So I am taking, like we have seen private IP on the first case, right? Let's go with the public IP for the second case. So copy it from here. Paste it over here. Enter. So it is again asking the same thing. So give SC here. Password. Here we need to give which password? Slave's password we need to specify. If you give the master password, it won't take. Hit enter. Is the keys added? Again, run the same below command you are seeing from here. So copy this command from here and paste it over here. Are we able to log into the slave mission now? So that will be your slave mission. If you want to compare, see this both IP address. Are these both same or different? So that means this is your some other mission. Is it clear now? So this is the way of connecting your master to the slave. So I am going to exit from here as well. So history comments I am giving itself now for all of you. Steps, don't worry guys, I will give step by step. Okay, I am going to copy all these steps on a file. I will provide you. Let me try to give all these steps on a single file. There is our class notes PL. Okay, I am going to remove all of this from here. So these steps need to be performed on master. Okay, first of all, up to now you need to perform on master. Okay, I'm specifying it here. First of all, you are going to perform these steps on where? Master. Okay, and after that you will come to where? Slave. Slave, same comments. What are the comments that you are seeing here, right? Same comments you are going to perform, but the one change it is like you are going to create user. So here give the command as user add. So from again here, we are going to perform the steps on again master. So right? This is the only part one, guys. But we need to enable slave on like this mission on our Jenkins dashboard. So first of all, go to your Jenkins dashboard. Go to something called as manage Jenkins. And if you click here, there is something called as manage nodes and clouds. Click here. So there is default which node? Built-in node. Okay. So we need to add some additional node for it. That will be your slave node. How to do it? First of all, click on the new node and give the name it as slave one. Slave one. So here click on permanent agent. Create. Is it clear up to now? The connection part on Linux as well as creation of this node. Are we clear up to now? Everyone. Okay. So here give the description. Description is your optional. You can create or you can ignore it. So I am using it. This slave is used for random builds. Okay. So number of executors, I want this slave to be execute 3 parallelly. So it means it will execute 3 parallel bits at a time. So remote directory. So remote directory is something. For example, if you create a job and if you create a file. So where this file will be stored there? We have a path. What is that path? /var lib Jenkins workspace. We all know this path, right? So likewise, it is asking me if you execute some jobs on slave, where your jobs need to be stored. So I am giving it a /tmp folder. So all the jobs that I am executing by using this slave will be stored on where? TMP folder itself. If you want to give some other folder, OPT, you OPT here, it will be stored on OPT folder like that. Okay. So I am going to give it as TMP now. So labels, this will be your important one in interview point. So they will ask you a question on master and slave concept. What is the meaning of label? Meaning of the label is if we give this slave one a label called one. So whenever you specify the one, and I mean, for example, if I have 10 builds, if I specify this label one on 5 builds, those 5 builds will be executed on this slave only. So label is nothing but the way which to establish connection to the job. So here I am giving the slave as like label as 1. And usage, here you can click on only build jobs with label expression matching. So that means if I give the label 1, then only it is going to build. If I give the label some other ABC, it is not going to do the build for me. Is it clear? Okay. And launching agent. By using which method we are connecting master and slave now? No. We have connected master and slave by using SSH. Okay. If you click on the drop down, you will see something as launch agent by SSH. Click on this and we need to give the host name. So go back to your slave instance and copy the private IP address from here. Here you need to specify the private IP address. Click here and credentials. We don't have any credentials as of now for this host machine. So we need to add some new credentials. Add here Jenkins. What is the default user when you log into a mission? Default user, guys. Sudo user. Master. EC2 user. Your default user is always EC2 user. So here go to the kind and select SSH username with private key. Click on here. ID is not required. Description is not required. Use the username as EC2-user. This will be your default username. And enter private key. Click on here directly. You can use PEM or PPK like I am using PEM file. If you click here, click on add. Okay. It is asking me to enter some secrets here. So I have my PEM file with me, right? So I'm going to open this from here. Control A, Control C, and directly pasting it over here. Okay. This is added. So this thing is enough. So if we go for down, it is asking me some passphrase. I don't require any passphrase here. Click on add here. On credentials, initially we don't have any credential part, but if we click drop down, we are able to see something called as user, EC2 user. Okay. And like this one, host verifying strategy. So keep it as non-verifying strategy. That's it, guys. We don't need to anything. Okay. So, and availability, keep this agent online as much as possible. Okay. And save. If you go and see here, is slave one available for me now? Available for me now. So now I am going to distribute the bills. So to create a job, make a build. Which one? Okay. So I am going to dashboard and creating a job. So create a job. So here the job name is job one. I'm giving it as freestyle and I'm going to create a file by using this job one. So what I need to do first to create a file one? To create file one, which I need to do? Go to the build steps. Here I need to select execute shell. Click on execute shell and give the command you want to do. So I am giving the command as touch file one and save now. So if you directly build now, see, let's what happen now. So if you directly build, it is going to make a new build, go for the console output and check where this build happened. Has this build happened on built-in node or the slave node? If you see here, are we able to see here? Building on which node? Built-in node. But my requirement is what? I want to make this build available on slave one. So what I can do is go for this job one and click on configuration. There is something called as restrict this project where you can run on the top. Are you seeing this? Restrict where this project can be run. So click on here. It will ask me the label. What is the label I have given there? Slave one, no. One. Only I have given the label as one. So that means what is the label? I mean, I have some n number of slaves. This one label is matched to only slave one only. So it is directly going to execute where? Slave one. So click and save here and build now. If you go for the console output, so on which node it is executing? Slave one, right? So I want to check whether this slave one, the build is there or not. So on which path can I check? You can see temp workspace job one, because we previously given what? Temp as our remote root directory. So go for your EC2 instance and go to cd/tmp. Here you can see something called as workspace. Are you seeing the workspace here? And you can also see this remote jar. Okay. So cd workspace and give ll. You are able to see job one here. Go to cd job one. What we will able to find here? File one. So this is the way of creating. Now you have a clear understanding like how to do the jobs on slave, right? So this is the way to do it. If you want to add one more slave, this is the same process. You can create a new EC2 instance. You can do all these steps and you can configure and give the label. Okay. This will be given for you as project. I will explain it later. But here the thing is, I don't want this place. Like this is the remote directory, right? I don't want to make this place available for my build. I want to build it on my own custom space. I want to build it on my own custom space. So how we can do is go to the root path, cd/root, give mkdir. Raham is the thing I need to give here. Okay. On inside Raham, I need to give a path called daily builds. So this will be your real-time activities. Okay. On real-time, instead of my name, you are having your organization name. For example, if you are having TCS, so TCS/daily builds. If you are working on Wipro/daily builds. So the thing will be looks like this on most of the cases. So now I want my every build to be present on this path. Which path? Raham daily build. So how we can do it? We can change the custom workspace path. So we need to go for the console here, go back to our project and click on configure. Okay. If you click on configure here, go to something called as advanced here and you can see custom workspace, right? Click on the custom workspace. What is our directory? What I need to give here? /Raham/daily builds. Okay. Now let's see what will happen. Click on save. Build now. Step number 3, what happened? Fail. Why it got failed? Let's have a look on it. What it is saying that remotely on slave 1 in workspace Raham daily builds. Okay. Also remote call to slave 1. What is showing to me? Access denied. This Raham directory consisting of Jenkins permission. So it is not consisting of Jenkins permission because the user is root here as well as group is also root. Now I want to change this user and group to the Jenkins permission. What will be the command? Ch ch mod or own. Ch own. Give ch own Jenkins user as well as Jenkins group to which one? Raham directory. If you click LL, is this applicable for you now? Is it clear? Now just go to the console and try to build the same thing now. Let's see what will happen. Build now. Build for what happened? Again it got failed. Why it failed? Why it is denying? For we have given that now. See, this project is running on slave 1 actually. So we do not require to do anything on slave. Directly we need to do it on master only. Just try to give something called as sudo here. Okay. Instead of like touch 1, I am giving it a sudo here. Give sudo and click on save now and build now. Again fail. Now let's see why it is failing this much times. Go to the console output. Okay, it is saying that access denied exceptions. So we have given everything, right? We have given everything. Daily? Are you sure? What I have given the name there? Daily build. So let's go here and give CD Raham. Okay, I am giving it a CD Raham. Inside CD Raham, what I am seeing? Daily build. But if you go for the configuration part, what is showing to me? Daily builds. Are those both same? No. Then it is going to definitely fail the things. So go to the configuration again. Configure. And we need to remove S here. Wait a second. Advance. Remove this S and save. If you try to build, is it going to build me now? Sure. Is it perfect now? So that's the only difference. Like on every organization, they will use their own custom space. On their custom space only, every build is going to save them. So this is the way of doing it. So now we have created a job and make this run on where? Slave node. But I want to create a pipeline and run this pipeline on the same slave. How I can do it? What is the step number 1? First, we need to create a pipeline, right? Definitely. So create the pipeline. And tell me the syntax for declarative. On declarative pipeline, I need to create this one. Like I need to create a folder on declarative pipeline. How I can do it? Tell me the syntax. Pipeline. Agent any. Next. Stages. Stage. And stage 1. And after that, steps. And here I can give sh, like I can create file. Touch, I am creating a file name called Raham this time. Okay. So if I want to make this pipeline available on slave 1, how I can do it? What I need to change here? We need to add pipeline syntax. If you see there, what we have written on the second line, agent any, but our agent is slave 1, right? So go to this part, remove this agent any, and make a brace open here, and give something called as label. What's our label name? 1. Okay, that's the process. If you click on save now, it is directly going to be executed on where? On slave 1. Okay. So the pipeline 1 is executing. Let's see. If we click on this console output, it is going to show me like where this happened. It happened on where? Slave 1. So this is the way of executing a pipeline. If you want to see it from the console, we're able to see here. We are not, because we have configured this workspace, right? So the default path is /var lib Jenkins. Okay, sorry. It's not here. Actually, it is temp. On remote directly, we have given on temp, right? So temp workspace and pipeline one. Are we able to see the Raham file? So that's the way of doing it. So we have like covered two topics. First one is master and slave concept. Second one is creating a custom workspace for our. Is it clear up to now what we have done? Okay. So if I want to change this, now the thing is like, I want to change this pipeline job 1 to, I want to rename it as like pipeline 2. Okay. I want this to be changed on pipeline 2. So it can be done on two ways. I will tell you on two ways. First of all, click on this pipeline 1. Like I am trying to rename the job. Click on rename. Instead of pipeline 1, give pipeline 2. Click on rename. Is pipeline 2 visible for you now? This is one method of change. We can also do the same activity on some other way. What we can do is click on the configuration here. Okay. And go to something called as here, like, wait a second. Not here, wait a second. This can be done on like freestyle. Let me explain this on freestyle. Go to the job one. Okay. Go to the configuration part. Here on advanced, you are able to see something. Display name. Are you able to see the display name here? So give it as job 2. So job 1 is changing to now job 2. Are we able to see job 2 now? But the project name will be job 1 only. But on display name, what you are showing? Job 1. For displaying purpose, you can change like this. But if you want to really change this one, you need to definitely rename here only. So this is the second way of doing it. So now I'm going. If you see here, the project name is always job 1 only. But display name it is showing job 2. So this is the two ways. So this one is done. So we have seen the throttle build as well, right? Throttle build, custom workspace, renaming is everything is done. Projects. If I have some 4 to 5 jobs, okay, all I have established on like a pipeline manner. Let me rename this one to job 1 initially. Okay, configure. Display name I am giving it as job name. Okay, this one is little like try to create a new one. So I'm creating a job 1 now. So job 1. Freestyle project. Okay. So on job 1, I'm going to create a file. So what is the command? Execute shell. Okay. So I'm giving it as touch file 1. On real time, like here you are having some scripts, guys. That is your organization script. For just this concept purpose, I am creating file all the time. Click on save. Okay. And I am going to create another job. Like that is my job 2. So how I can create? Click on new item. Give the job name job 2. I am not going to select freestyle anymore. I am going to copy the settings. I have my job 1, right? So I can directly copy the settings from job 1 to job 2. So click here, copy from. I'm copying this one from where? From where? Job 1. Click on OK now. So what are the settings that I have done for the job 1 is applicable to job 2 as well. So now the thing is, I have created 2 jobs. I want to see this on pipeline view. Okay. Are we able to see the freestyle in pipeline view? Is there any chance? By default, we don't have any chance, but we can create it ourselves. How we can create is just first of all, let's try to link these 2 projects. The thing is, if I want to run the job 1, it is directly going to trigger me the job 2. So what is the purpose that we can do is go to the job 1. So upstream downstream concept, what we need to do? Configure. After that, copy link. Go to the post build actions, build other projects. So here we need to select which one. We are on job 1, man. We need to select the job 2. So click on the job 2 and save. So that means when the job 1 is to manage Jenkins, so it is going to, and there is some plugin. We need to install a plugin called build pipeline view. Click on here, go to available, not install, go to available, click build pipeline. So you are able to see something called as build pipeline. So click here, and here we need to select this one, install without restart. So it is on installing mode. Do this refresh. So it is successful. Now go back to the top page. Okay. So what we are going to do is, previously we have seen how to separate this freestyle job and pipeline job on last class, if you remember, right? There, how many options are we able to see on last class? Only two options. One is my view and another one is list view. But if you click plus symbol here, you are able to see something called as build pipeline view. So I am giving it as my name Raham and click on this build pipeline view, create. So what is the first job that we need to execute? Job one. So it is job one is already selected. If there is not selected, give it as like another job. Directly click on OK. Okay. What it is going to do is, if we click run here, see what it is going to happen. Job one and job two, am I able to see on pipeline view now? Previously, we used to view the stages on which? Pipeline. But are we able to see the pipeline stages on freestyle now? Able to see it or not? So this is the better way for like doing the pipeline jobs in freestyle if you want to. If you refresh, like how many jobs we have, how many builds we have done on job two? Two. But we have interlinked these both projects, right? So this means if job one has a build, job two will have how many builds? Two builds. One build only. Okay. So click on refresh. It will be able to see the job number. Like on job number two, we have built the job one. So if again I try to run, what is the build number I will get for job one? 2. And build number for job two is 2. Why it is happening? Yeah, because these both are like linked projects. So that means if job one is happened, what needs to be happened immediately? Job two. Click on run again. So it will trigger the build number 2. Are we able to see the build number 2 now? Here we have two things. One is like the green color. Green color is nothing but it is done, executed. And blue color is nothing but the waiting mode. So that means it is waiting for the next thing to happen. Click on refresh now. You will able to see the build number 2 on job 2. Are we able to see it now? Now, if I again want to make this pipeline if I want to add another step, I want to another job. How I can do it? First of all, what we need to do? We need to create a job. So let's try to create a job. And if I trigger the job 2, for example, if I trigger the job 2, job 3 needs automatically be built. So how we can do is go for the dashboard, create a new job called job 3. Go for the new item, job 3. I'm not going to like execute any step here. So this is done. So my requirement is if I build on job 2, the build needs to be happen on where? Job 3. So we need to go to job 2 and configure or not. So go for the job 2, go for the post build actions. Post build actions and give it as build other projects. So which job we need to build after job 2? Give it as job 3. Save and apply. Okay. If we go for the my pipeline view now, you are able to see how many jobs? 3 jobs. Are we able to see it now? So this is the way of doing it. If we run like job 1 is triggered to job 2 and job 2 is triggered to job 3. Run it. See, we have third build on job 1 and we will get third build on job 2. On job 3, how many build we will get? 1 build. See, these also happen and now we are going to see this one. Click on here. Are we able to see the job number 3 build 1? But my requirement is here I want to trigger it individually. How I can do? I want to trigger individual jobs. How I can do is like go for here. Okay. Click on this one job 3. You will directly able to go here like on builds. You can see the builds from here as well. So if you want to rerun this job, if again I want to rerun this, in this way we can directly give the rerun. What we can give? Individual builds like this. Okay. If I want to delete this pipeline view, I like everything is done from here. I want to delete this pipeline view. Go for the delete, click on it, and this pipeline view will be automatically deleted. If you click, if you are able to see here now, are we able to see Raham build here? No. So this is the way of doing it. Is it clear for everyone? Okay. So next concept is like I am going to give, can we execute multiple jobs like job 2 to job 3 and job 3, job 4 plus job 5? Yes, we can do it, Vamsi. Like previously we have done it on linked projects concept. We can do it the same way. So now I am going to, have I said you like how to log in without password for the Jenkins? No, right? So I will tell you now. Okay, there is one more concept that we need to discuss. That is called as blue ocean. Have anyone heard about this one? I think never, never ever. So blue ocean is the utmost concept as well as the enhanced concept of Jenkins. You are able to see this Jenkins pipeline. Is this interface attracting for you? Interface. I want some attractive interface. I want some enhancement interface. So what we can do is we can go to this manage Jenkins and there is a plugin called blue ocean. So manage plugin, go for the available blue ocean. Yeah, here there is something called as common API for blue ocean. Click on here, install without restart. So it is going to take me like for a minute to to extend all of this. Yeah, the blue ocean plugin is done. So go to the top of the page. Okay. So the thing is now from where we are going to see this blue ocean. Like we have installed this blue ocean plugin, right? But where we are able to see this blue ocean? Job 3. Okay, let me go to job 1. Am I able to see this blue ocean? Where? That one is downstream now. I want my blue ocean to be visible. So what we can do is again manage Jenkins. First check like whether this blue ocean is properly installed or not. Okay, manage plugins and go to available. Available means like install. Go to install. Like search for it whether this blue ocean plugin is there or not. So go for blue ocean. So blue ocean is there, right? So go back to the dashboard. Okay. So here you can see my views, build history, people, and other thing. Like try to create a new item. The item name is like job 4 I'm creating. Freestyle. Okay, or else click pipeline. Let's try to create pipeline by using this pipeline too. Okay, pipeline 2 already exists. So pipeline 5 I am giving it as. Okay. Click on it here and go for the pipeline here. This is the pipeline script. So I am going to just trying to give the sample hello world program only. Save. After saving this, are we able to find out anywhere blue ocean on this? No. Just try to give something, go to the dashboard and give blue ocean here. The settings, nothing seems to be matched. Actually, this needs to be enabled here. Build oceans like project relation. It needs to be present here actually, but it is not showing. Why it is? And credential script post bill. Okay, actually this is not visible to me right now because like this console is new one. Like previously once I worked on this old console, it is able to like choose on this right side of it. Okay, but anyways, okay. So for example, like I have logout from my instance. Okay. Sorry, I have logout from dashboard. I'm giving the username as Raham here. Okay. I'm using the username as Raham and I forgot my password. Like instead of my password, I have given some other thing. What you are able to see there? Invalid username and password. So I forgot. There is no chance of retrieving this password. So what we can do is we can do it on multiple ways. First of all, I am going to connect to my master machine. Okay, this is my Jenkins master, right? So there is some file called cd/var lib Jenkins and go for the file called vam config.xml. Are we able to see the config.xml now? So here on this 7th line, you are able to see what? True. Instead of true, give it as false here and save this escape shift:/WQ and just restart the Jenkins one. So systemctl restart Jenkins. Remember guys, this Jenkins concept is not over yet because we are going to integrate it on Docker as well. And like if there is any chance, I will like show you how to integrate on Ansible as well. Okay. So systemctl restart is done and I am going to check the status. So whenever you are working on real-time environment, if you change some configuration file, we need to restart that. Okay. Remember this concept. So refresh this once. Or else like you can directly copy this. Like this is your master. Huh? Go to your console, click on master, copy this public IP address and directly give it over here. Give it here and port number is 8080. Click enter here. Are we able to directly redirect to the dashboard now? Do you have entered any password there? I haven't. I just changed the configuration file. So if you like forgot any password like this on your future cases, don't try to like create any instance and do all the stuff. Just go to the configuration file and there you need to give false instead of true. So you are directly able to redirect to your instance. Is it clear? Okay. Have I explained backup plugin yesterday? Backup plugin. Okay. So backup plugin is like, for example, I have my Jenkins like over there. I want to store all this data for my backup purpose. Like I'm not sure if anything is happened to this Jenkins server, the whole data will be lost. But I don't want my data to be lost. So what we can do is we can go to manage Jenkins. There is a plugin called backup. Okay, periodic build backup. Here initially we are not going to see any backup on the bottom of this page. But go to manage plugins, go to available, click like backup here. So there is something called as periodic backup. Click on here and go to install without restart. So this is successful. Go back to the top of the page. Now if you again go to the manage Jenkins, are we able to see this periodic build backup manager? Previously I have went to the same page, but have it enabled there last time? No. Now click on periodic backup manager. Okay, initially we don't have any configuration. Okay, initially we don't have any configuration. So click here to configure it and give temporary directory. So this means where you want to store your backups. So I want my backup storage stored on /tmp or else /OTP folder. OPT. And schedule a like cron job. So when and where you want to make this job available. So I want to take backup for every 1 hour. So the syntax is *1 ***. So click on validate syntax, whether this syntax is correct or not. So validate syntax. So it is validated. How many backups is going to be created in a location? So it is asking how many? How many backups will be there on location? 10 backups only. And like it is asking me how many days longer backups you want. Like I want backup for last 7 days. If you scroll down, there is something called as file management strategy. Here is it. It is asking me, you want only configurations or you want full backup? I want my full backup any cost. So if you want to exclude, for example, if I have 10 jobs, I don't want job 4 and job 5 to be taking backup. So you can exclude the list here, but I don't want to exclude anything. Okay. Next, click on the storage strategy. Here we have three options: null storage, tar storage, and zip storage. Among all of these, we are going to use tar storage because tar storage is very less when compared to other storages. So click on tar here and backup location. On which location you need to backup your files. Okay. If you want to make it backup on available S3, click on S3 and give the bucket URL here. But I want it my local directory. Click on local directory. Here, go to your master. Okay, go to your master and like create a directory cd/opt ls. Here, create something called as mkdir backups. Okay, this is the backup. And give the permission chown Jenkins to which one? Backup. So this Jenkins is like a user for it. Like we need to give for opt as well. cd.opt chown -1 backup to opt. So if you see here for opt, who is the user now? Jenkins. So now I am going back to my console and I am going to give the same path. Under opt, there is a folder called backup. Backup or backups? Backup. So validate path here, like enable this location and click on validate this path. So that means it is going to validate whether this path is there or not. Is the path there? Am I able to see the path there now? So click on save now. So if you are seeing low, there is, we don't have any backup as of now. But once I click on backup, if I click on backup, this backup is done, but it will take some time to create. Let's wait for a minute. See, it is showing that creating a backup. So it will take like at least 1 or 2 minutes for this case. So after 1 or 2 minutes, you are able to see your backup there. Okay. Okay, if we click one more time refresh, I think it will be done. Are we able to see the backup now? So we have taken backup on this particular time. So on Friday, October 7, at this particular time, we have taken the backup. Now if I want to restore all these changes, so click on here and select restore selected backup. So that means what are the backup you have taken on this particular time, how many backups you are having. You are going to restore all these backups. Restore selected backup. Is this restoring? So now let's go back to our master. So this is our master, right? So we have given which path we have given under opt backup. So go to cd/opt and backups and give ll here. Are we able to see the tar file or not? Tar file we have seen. So what does this tar file consist of now? What are the things that we have saved on this job? So everything will be taken backup. So if you want to untar this one, you tar-zxvf and this backup. Error is not okay. Exiting no, return status to error is recoverable. Okay. Okay, it will take some time actually. It is on creation mode, right? So we can't like take backup directly. So if you go to here, like it is still restoring on this process. So this is the way to do backup and restore. Like why this can be happen is like when you are working on from real-time environment. I am working on my real-time environment. Unintentionally, someone deleted the job or pipeline. If I want to create that whole pipeline, it is going to me take a lot of weeks. It is not that much easy. Okay. It is very complicated. So for that purpose, what we are going to do is we are going to take backup for every job. Is it clear? Not but confusing. Yeah? Once you make practice, it will be easy for you. So online guys, you are having any doubts on today's class? If not, I will give you a test case for you. Okay, lot of topics, but good session. Yeah, we need to definitely cover a lot of topics. Okay. So still any more doubts? Online guys. So first of all, like going for the doubts, how the class today? Is everything understandable? Yes, of course, we have like covered a lot of topics today, but all these concepts are really important on your real time. So what are the things that I have said today particularly? So this pipeline concept, node concept will be your real time work. Custom workspace will be real time work. Backup and restoration will be your real time work. So all these are real time work. So when we are trying to learn some real time work, it will be a bit confusing for you. Yeah, definitely. All these are important coins. I mean, important questions are entry point of view. Everything will be touched there. Master and slave is very, very important among all the concepts on Jenkins. Master and slave, pipeline concept, and there is something concept, this one, what we call this plugin concept. All these are important for you. By doing practice, we need history and LMS. Actually, guys, yesterday also I explained, like I don't have any admin access to give you the access. Just now I have spoken with like our admin. He will let you know. Okay. Next, sir, you have not created master on Jenkins. Without creating this master, how can I access Jenkins? That is your default built-in node, Sir Froj. So let's try to understand what we have covered so far on this class. So what is the first topic that we have discussed on class? First topic, master and slave, right? Master and slave. Second one, custom workspace. Next, build pipeline view. After that, plugins. After that, back up and restore. Actually, blue version I haven't covered yet because like on previous console it is like almost like left to my dashboard only, but it is not visible there. Like I will check and let you know. So backup as in restoration done, and another one is logging. So how many topics we have covered today? Only 6 topics. Okay. Do you want any some other topics apart from this, or enough for today? Enough. Okay. So online guys, any doubts? If there is no such doubts, I will give a test case for you. Okay, can we go for the assignment part for today?